proudly presents 10 3-minute rounds for the vacant Southern Area Super Featherweight Championship. Firstly, fighting out of the red corner, weighing in at 9 stone 3, wearing the green shorts with a record of 7 wins, 7 losses and 1 draw, with 2 KOs. Please welcome, from Aylsham, Scott Moises! And across the ring in the blue corner, with an unbeaten record of 6 wins with 3 KOs, weighing in 9 stone 3, from Harrow Weald, wearing the leopard trunks, it's Mitchell Smith! Ladies and gentlemen, your referee and scoring the contest is Marcus McDonald from Twickenham, who will now give his final instructions to both boxers.
Scott, this is the Southern Area. Pays up 10 rounds. Play once at all times. Watch your heads, keep it clean. Any questions? Go to work.
Ladies and gentlemen, 10 3-minute rounds for the vacant Southern Area Super Featherweight Championship.
The prospect of a title early on in the career of Mitchell Smith, a guy who's getting most of us in the media quite excited, including my co-commentator tonight, that's Barry Jones.
He certainly is a talent, isn't he, Alex? And one of the leading talent prospects in the country right now. And it's good to see him stepping up to 10 rounds and fighting a guy who's has the advantage in height and also in reach, so it's another obstacle for Mitchell to overcome.
He's been doing that so far in his career, and recently in double quick time as well. A couple of stoppages back-to-back. He was on the big Wembley bill back in April when he stopped Gavin Reid inside the first round with a spectacular stoppage on that evening. There is a bit of backup to go with the talk.
Well, what's impressed me for such a young man in the early stage of his career, his ring generalship is already spot on. Look at him, he's dictating the pace with his feet, just making Moises work around him. There's plenty of feints trying to draw the lead.
And you see short, quick punches in up close as well. He's got that poker face as well as the baby face, as Smith. And he's one of those guys who relishes being inside the ring, and I think genuinely enjoys inflicting a bit of hurt.
Yeah, and this is a good fight for him as well, isn't it? Because Scott, comes to fight, doesn't he, Moises? He comes to have a go. He loses half of his fights. He does make an effort to win it, and that's what Mitchell needs right now. Proper competitive fights.
A couple of body shots, both of those taken on the elbows of Scott Moises. And he just threw in a right hand earlier, just to remind Mitchell that he's going to have to work on the way in. And again, the long arms of Scott Moises.
Well, Smith's not the biggest of super featherweights, is he? And Moises' 6 foot is absolutely massive for the weight. So it's going to cause a few problems. But Mitchell doing the right thing, moving his head. Not an easy target to hit.
Inside the final minute then of the opening round. And Mitchell Smith trying to work out Scott Moises, trying to close the gap as well, which has not been easy to do through the first couple of minutes.
There's been competitive stuff, hasn't it? Good work, some good work by Moises with the jab.
He is again. He's just taking that little half step backwards, Moises is, just to increase the space between him and Mitchell Smith. This is a good little test. Switches to southpaw briefly. Smith, and not a clear-cut first round by any stretch.
No, not at all. It wasn't clear cut. I think Moises came back into the round pretty good, making use of that long reach that he has. But for me, it was a Smith round. I think he dictated the pace from the offset. But a good competitive fight, and it's livening up to be a decent test for him.
Absolutely. You see, he's going to have to work. There's the added intrigue as well. The cornermen in each of the respective corners. Jason Rowlands coaching Mitchell Smith, and in the other corner, in the red corner, certain John Thaxton, Two guys who know each other well from the 90s.
Yeah, a little rivalry, and obviously, you know, and Jason went on to win the British light welterweight title, and John was European lightweight champion as well, wasn't he? So both corners with the wealth of experience, and a little sub rivalry as well there, just to go with the contest also.
Well, Paxton will be looking to get something back. He was beaten by Rowlands for the British title back in, I think it was around about 95 or 96. Here we go into the second. Fast start from Moises.
Yeah, it's good stuff in there, and I think that's what maybe we want to see Mitchell Smith push back, see how he copes under pressure. Because when he's on the front foot, he's comfortable in the pocket, isn't he? He rolls his shoulders, dips his head, makes it a hard target to hit. If Moises can get him on the back foot, we might see a different side of Mitchell Smith. But a good left hook landing there, coming forward off Smith.
He just managed to get inside, didn't he? Good upper body movement from Mitchell Smith. He can get some lanky Africans, can you? He's unlikely to come up against too many super feathers of the dimensions of Scott Moises. Oh, big right hand from Moises. It's a really good match.
Good
Back from
response.
Mitchell.
Yeah, good response there, from Mitchell Smith, just under pressure. Moises landing with a lovely little 1-2, right hand hitting him flush.
And a smile across the face of Moises as well. I think he's enjoying himself, and I think he knows he's in with a shout here.
I think he always thinks he's in with the shot. He always comes to win. You've got to give him his credit.
He's a guy who himself, Barry, has sort of come back from the brink in health terms.
Well, 2010, I think he was diagnosed with leukemia, and he fought back from that. So, you know, there's no tougher man around, is there, to come back from an illness like that, and come back, and not just come back, but come back and continue a professional career.
Well, he's gone the distance with the likes of Stephen Foster, Terry Flanagan as well, slightly bigger fighters, so he has been in with some fair fighters, Moises, and he's lasted and competed. And that's exactly what he's doing here.
Well, he's having a good round, isn't he? And what he's doing, Mitchell's landing with a good left hook, and then Moises is responding straight away with his own little shots, just to keep it even.
Final minute then of the second. A couple of left hooks from Smith. A couple of right hands as well as the jabs from Moises.
And Mitchell just waiting too long, isn't he? He's trying to draw the lead, it's not working. He's back to the feinting he was doing in the first round. Good time in there, though.
See, he's trying to work it out, trying to employ the tactics. Mitchell Smith. Right. Sorry, Barry. Right now, it's not an easy puzzle, is it?
A good left hook there from Mitchell Smith, but Moises had successes in that little exchange also. It's for me, it was a close round. I just edged Moises in that, but I think there wasn't much in it, but that clear right hand that he scored with at the beginning of the round was enough to clinch it for me. I think Moises boxing well, using his reach. Look at that, beautifully. Double jab, didn't land with the jabs, but set up that right hand lovely and caught Mitchell Smith flush. And I'd probably say that's the first time he's ever been caught flush in his professional career.
Absolutely. And for the first time, he's not having things his own way, and he's having to find a way.
He's just waiting too long to get off, isn't he? I think that's his problem. He's trying to. He wants to be an aggressive counter puncher, and I understand that because Moises has got a long reach, but he just needs to be a little more feint with his feet, or double up that jab, and then look for the body shots. He's taking a little bit too long to get off. That's all. And Moises is suiting him at the moment, isn't it? This is his sort of game, isn't it? Long range, slower pace.
Here we go then, into the third. It promises to be a terrific night here at the Copper Box. Again, searching for the left hook. Mitchell Smith from Harrow Weald, North London, the baby-faced assassin. It's always been a good division, this, hasn't it? Stephen Smith is just popped himself up the top of the pile recently domestically with that incredible stoppage last time out in Cardiff. It beat, of course, Gary Buckland. You got likes of Gary Sykes, John Simpson floating around as well. He's got a competitive division domestically.
Well, it really is loads of talent, isn't it, at the top end of the division, and prospects like Mitchell as well. But not having all his own way tonight. And that's what he needs. He needs these sort of fights.
Now Scott Moises just turning to save ball.
And for me, this is where Mitchell needs to jump on him. Oh, lovely combination there. Start with an overhand right there, just working the body well. And he's better when he punches in combinations, isn't he? When he puts it together in 3s and 4s. Just makes Moises cover up. He can't really doesn't really have an answer to it.
And a good little jab as well. Gavin Rees, who's quite a quick, smaller fighter, uses that almost upward jab, doesn't he? And if it's done properly, you can definitely out-jab the taller fighters.
Yeah, there's a lot to say for punching up, isn't there? But waiting like this now, I know he's waiting he's trying to set him up for the right hand over the top. It also gives Moises an opportunity to throw his long right hand, what he's had success with tonight.
He is, of course, stepping up to title level as well. Barry moving up beyond sort of 6-rounders to a 10-rounder. Good left hook there from Smith as well. So will just be an element of pacing himself here. Moises coming on strong.
Well, he fancies it tonight, no doubt, and you don't blame him. He's having enough success, isn't he, to feel like he's in the fight.
Clubbing lefts and rights under the guard from Smith. There he goes again. A bit deliberate early on. He's trying to work that long, lean body.
Even though he moves his head well, though, he needs to keep his hands up with the taller fighter. Sometimes you lean back and you don't lean back far enough. But a good round there for Mitchell Smith. Wasn't it?
It was a much busier round, and because of that, he restricted Moises to very little himself.
You all right? I'm good. All right? Just keep making your man mistakes, right? You ain't got to worry where you come. Just be patient, up downstairs, let your body protect you up here, every now and then. Let them go every now and then, right? Make sure they get up, yeah? Just fiddle about, make them miss it.
Jason Rowlands over in the far corner. They've got complete belief in this young man, Mitchell Smith, and it was that slightly roundhouse left hand. He just missed, just caught him with the inside of his wrist.
Yeah, I think Mitchell had more success with the right hand over the top in that round. But again, Moises is still in the fight. You know, it wasn't a clear-cut round. Mitchell Smith won it by, but it wasn't a massive advantage in his favour. Moises is still in this fight.
Into the 4th round of a scheduled 10 super featherweight division. The Southern Area title up for grabs as young Mitchell Smith, who turns 21 in November, looking to get his hands on a first belt, the first of many, some are saying. And that was a nice right hand that almost sneaked through the guard. What would you like to see from Smith, Barry?
Well, a bit of what he did in the last one. You pointed out yourself. He's better when he's throwing punches, isn't he? When he's busy. You know, he's a clever fighter. See, clever fighters like to sometimes not do so much work, make the guy miss a lot, and he's really adept at doing that. But against a taller fighter, well, sometimes you can judge the distance wrong. You know, you don't always get it right. So he needs to be busy on the front foot. When he's letting his hands go in 3s and 4s, Moises don't have an answer to it. But when they're single shots, Moises can get back with his own little, with his own long straight shots.
I don't know what the advice was at the end of that 3rd round, but Smith is jabbing and moving. He's boxing this round. Well, that didn't last long.
Both landing with good uppercuts. Moises first landing with the right uppercut, and then Mitchell with his own in response.
There's a few people that bought tickets to see Mitchell Smith tonight. He is gathering quite a following in North London, and I suspect that'll go beyond. Again, he's switching to southpaw, almost delivered that left hand.
Oh, good work. Nice little left hook to the body there, wasn't it, just a minute ago from Mitchell.
Really clever boxing from Mitchell Smith, and he's picking those punches nicely. He's managing to evade anything else coming his way.
Well, when he gets on the ball to his feet, he gets a little bit of rhythm into his work, doesn't he? And then he's more elusive. He's throwing three punches, moving to the side just a little bit, changing the angle.
I think we have to remember he's only half a dozen fights into his career. He's not even 21 yet, and he is showing a bit of variety in his boxing tonight.
Oh, he's got tremendous talent, and just natural ability there. You know, we all wish we had, but Moises is still, you know, Moises is making him work, isn't he? Keeping the centre of the ring, following Mitchell round with a solid jab when he can land it.
Lovely boxing again from Smith. Dancing out of range, a terrific round. Really impressive boxing from young Mitchell Smith.
Yeah, really showing how good it is to box off the back foot, wasn't he? Just moving around on the balls of his feet, picking his combination, spinning off to the side.
Yeah, he's tucking that double well, yeah? That's out, Mitch, right? Let's get that jab under a bit more, right?
Well, after a couple of really tight first rounds, maybe Mitchell Smith is starting to work Moises out, and maybe he just adapted his game plan.
Yeah, I think he's just changed. You know, he's realised that he's still waiting too long for my liking, but when he does decide to attack, he's throwing in combinations, isn't he? And then spinning off and not standing in front of Moises like he was in the first two rounds, giving Moises an opportunity to counter. So boxing well, moving well.
Get that jab on him, yeah?
Good stuff, really good stuff. Into the fifth round, approaching halfway then in this Southern Area title fight. And really good couple of rounds from Mitchell Smith, the favourite, against Scott Moises, who's lost 7 of his last 15 fights. Has gone the distance with some very decent fighters.
It's a good fighter, isn't it? Good fight to watch.
It's a good match, Barry, isn't it?
Yeah, brilliant match, and a perfect match for this stage in his career.
And worth remembering, of course, as you see that black upper rope with Dean Powell's name emblazoned across it. These are matches that Dean Powell put together for Frank Wadden and the team. And young Mitchell Smith, a young fighter that they've always harboured and still do hold very high hopes for. He's impressing.
But a little bit quieter than this round. And again, he just threw 2 punches, and then Moises has a chance to attack. When he throws in 3s, you know, it makes him cover up for that little second longer, and gives you a chance to get out of the way.
It's quite a sensible pace as well, Barry, the Smith setting.
Yeah, he haven't gone all out, is he? And I notice he's just held back on the power a little bit. You usually see him really digging the shots. He's sort of held back a little bit, trying to reserve a bit of energy.
Approaching halfway then in the fight, full stop. You remember as a fighter yourself that sort of moving up from the 6 to the 8s to the 10s and then eventually the 12 rounds. Is it something that psychologically a fighter has to deal with, both in approach, the build-up, and then in the fight itself?
Once you do your first 10 rounds, you do feel that you're ready for championship rounds and proper championship rounds, 12 rounders. It is a milestone doing a 10 rounder for sure. And at a pace like this as well, it'll be invaluable experience. But only in the 4th round yet, and going into it's been a decent pace, if not a hectic pace. And Moises himself now just a little bit gun shy, maybe. Hasn't thrown so many shots in this round. Maybe those body punches having a little bit of an effect.
Good right hand, yeah. I think there's a sense just the second half of this 5th round that Mitchell Smith is just starting to tap his right foot on the gas.
But once he starts to flow, Mitchell Smith, he does look. He looks the class act that we all been raving about for the last year. A little bit of rhythm in his work. He looks something special.
And he's got the leopard skin trunks as he throws in a couple of left and right hooks, a la Hamed, who was beaten by the man who he's named after, the original baby-faced assassin. We've got two of them on the bill for you tonight.
Right, we need to take it to him now. Okay? Okay? We need it. We want to win it. Okay? Everything we've done, we've gone for it. Everything you've been through for this fight, let's go for it, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Big calm advice from John Thaxton in the
breathing.
corner. Remember him in a couple of wars. Not Jason Rowlands in the other corner. Ricky Hatton, of course. That
Listen,
absolute
that's gone now. Next round now.
bloodbath, which
So let's say, get back
had
on
they
it
not
now.
kept
Start
Hatton in the
working.
fight, who knows?
Start trying to push him back.
How
He
things
can't
would have
go
turned
back.
out.
When I was suddenly pushing back, he don't like it. He's up pounding. And you take him out of his game plan. When you stand there, he just tees off with his punches, and you let him do what he wants to do. Don't let him do. Take him out. You gotta move. You gotta keep moving. But listen, push him back, right?
Yep.
Straight punches.
Second out, round 6.
But just from that alone, Alex, you can see they certainly have come to win, haven't they?
Here we go then in the 6th.
And what Jonathan Thaxton in the corner was saying was right, you know, when Mitchell's unloading with the shots, you have to punch with him. Try and stop him in his tracks.
The interesting thing now is, can Mitchell Smith continue to pile on the pressure and just up the tempo and the rhythm and start winning those meaningful combinations together? Lovely right hook just on the bell.
He just found his range, hasn't he, in the last couple of rounds. I think that's been the difference. Mitchell Smith, when he struggled earlier on, now he seems to know the right distance to throw the shot, to slip the punches.
He says they are very much sort of boxing to a plan.
Nice little response there, though, from Scott Moises. I think if Moises just comes forward beyond the jab, beyond that double jab, just try and push Smith back a little bit.
He's almost always got that half smile on his face, Scott Moises, hasn't he? Out of range with the jab, though. And always the prowl from Mitchell Smith. Final minute of the 6th, slightly quieter round after the previous 3 from Mitchell Smith.
I know Smith has turned south, but this is where Moises needs to throw that double jab right hand.
Maybe just the pace dropping a little in this 6th round.
Yeah, and it suits Moises, doesn't it? Gives him a chance to get that jab into play. And when Mitchell's flowing, when he's rolling his shoulders in front of Moises and coming back with his combinations, he doesn't have an answer for that. But when it's this pace, it just gives him a chance to pick Smith off coming forward.
He just dips in, Mitchell Smith. Once or twice he's just dipped in and then thrown that overhand right hand. And it's not been far away so far. The end of the 6th round, and Smith seems to be in control.
Yeah, you know, he ups the pace again and he wins the round easy, doesn't he? But
Right.
Yeah.
Step on him a little bit now. No, that. Step it on him. Stay on him. Remember. Time him out a little bit now. Just put some pressure with your hands out, right? Suck out, mate. Suck out. Right? Put some pressure with your hands, right? Beautiful. Come on. Tap your toes a little bit now.
There's been real variety in Mitchell Smith's work, particularly impressive through the 4th and 5th rounds.
Yeah, close around that one, wasn't it? But again, just showing the good work, the body shots of Mitchell. But he has to keep throwing in combinations. That's it. If he keeps doing that all night, he gets the rhythm in his work, and he walks away with this fight.
Let him make mistakes. Yeah. Bit of pressure with your hands up. Let him make mistakes. Right. Come on, son. Go and work now.
Second round, round 7.
Into round 7 then. Mitchell Smith fighting for the Southern Area title, winging in the body shots.
Some lovely work in close there, and he was staying low, wasn't he? Just so Moises couldn't get his shots off, couldn't punch down low enough. And sometimes when you are short, it's even better to go short, to be the smallest target you can possibly be. Make it hard. It's harder to be accurate when you're punching down.
And is there a point, Barry, when you sort of get beyond the halfway marker that you feel better physically, and then you can start to up the tempo even more?
If you're winning the fight, yes. Or if the fight, if you dictate in the pace, most definitely, which Mitchell Smith has. In the corner just before this round, Moises looked a little bit tired, so he needs a little bit of a second win right now, just losing his shape a little bit. And when you get tired, the timing's just not quite there.
I think that's about the first time Marcus McDonald's had to break them full stop. It has flowed the Southern Area title fight.
Well, credit to both fighters. They're both looking to land shots, and no one's looking to hold. Even Moises, when he's been under pressure, he's always looking to fire back, isn't he? Never looking to hold. Good right hand there from Mitchell Smith.
He just missed. There's been about 3 of those, with a couple of them on the gloves, and that one just caught Moises on the stubble. I think as the fight has progressed as well, Mitchell Smith's sort of range and distance, both avoiding the punches as well as throwing them in, has got better and better.
Yeah, well, he's most definitely now, for the last few rounds, been dictating the pace. So it's been a high pace, but it's been his pace, so he's comfortable where he's at the moment. And Moises, having to take a good right hand there, just not being able to push him out of his rhythm like he did in the earlier rounds.
Just a slight bump under the left eye of Scott Moises. Oh, lovely shot. Lovely shot. Left hook from Mitchell Smith, and there was a reaction there from Moises. Dropped the guard briefly, backed off, and Smith saw it.
Yeah, took the wind out of him, just taking the energy out of Moises and being picked apart a little bit now.
Another right hand and then a left, and now the pressure just starting to tell on Scott Moises. Perhaps a breakthrough in the 7th for Mitchell Smith.
He needs to try and get that left hook in the body back into play, doesn't he, Smith?
And a lovely moment at the end there, with a wink and a nod and a touch of the gloves, as Scott Moises said, yep, you got me, it was a good one.
Change your career, let's go. Let's get on it, push him back. Deep breathing out into your mouth. In. Good, control yourself. Right, good, on him again, okay? Push him back with the jab. There, comes in, you need to walk around and back on him again.
Very controlled corner work from John Thaxton. Lovely left hook right round the side, and there was the reaction.
I've taken a few of those in my time, and he done well to stay up there. That was a perfectly delivered shot. Just caught maybe the top of the guard, maybe saved him, possibly, but
okay.
Still hurt him all the same. But he's a tough kid, isn't he?
Right?
Yep.
He'll be needing all that toughness right now.
He dropped the right hand and almost tried to wipe away the pain with his glove. Mitchell Smith comes out for the 8th with a spring in his step. The right hand, lovely right to the body as well, doubling up from Mitchell Smith. And I think he's got the bit between his teeth, another left.
Yeah, disguised that left hook lovely, didn't he? Dipped low to the right, looked like he was throwing a right hand to the body and come over the left hook to the top.
He's been doing that before he throws the overhand right. on a couple of intermittent occasions all night, and you just sense that might be there for him.
And even though Moises is tired and maybe a little bit hurt, I think what his corner, Jonathan Thaxton, saying in the corner is right. He needs to try and push Mitchell back with that jab.
And worth remembering when you're watching this, folks, as well, that Mitchell Smith has been plying his trade. Just 6 fights so far in those 4 and 6 rounders. This is a very different game, and you have to be impressed by the composure he's shown as he's up the pace throughout the fight. Good defence from Moises there.
Yeah, sounded good. I think it was more of a slap on the open hand left hook there off Mitchell, but he's found his range again, hasn't he, in this round?
Well, the chance of Mitchell go up in the stands. More than a few hundred have made their way down from North London, and I tell you what, this might be the first title of many should he continue in this vein. And do you know what, Barry, they might have those, they might be giving those sparkly shades out at fights before long.
Yeah, when he's like this now, when he's on top, comfortable, making Moises miss while he's going forward, that's a very difficult thing to do. And even when Moises, even though he's landing with a few shots, there's nothing on him, is there? That's the problem. Mitchell will be able to walk through him. Moises tired, lost his shape a little bit, and we know he won't quit. We know he's a tough guy, he won't quit. He's looking tired right now.
A couple of winging lefts for Mitchell Smith. Good solid little short right hand in there as well. He really is down to business this round. Needs to be careful, not careless.
Look at Moises now, he had a little bit of a fight back. Look at him come now, look at him come for it.
And now it's Moises suddenly just given a little bit of incentive. Oh, catches him again.
Brilliant uppercut there from Scott Moises.
And that's just the little bit of a foothold that Moises needed, and Mitchell Smith didn't need to give to Scott Moises.
He needed that right now, didn't he? Because he was struggling, money under pressure.
Oh, another right hand. Well, well, well. Well, just when the fight was very much in control and one-way traffic, Scott Moises scraps back with a heart of a lion and punches the air to salute the crowd on the way back to that corner.
First time there, he pushed him back. What did he do?
Didn't like it.
Don't know what to do, does he?
It's a picture I ran at Steve, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You didn't run that scene, right?
Don't worry about
You're
that.
fine.
It was a late rally. You wonder if there was enough of a rally to turn around the opening 2 minutes of that round on the scorecards.
Yeah, I think Mitchell started off well. He found his distance and his time in there, didn't he? That's that disguised left hook over the top he threw. And he was winning the round for 2 minutes of the round. Then Moises came back with that uppercut there. That started it all off, and then he chased Mitchell around the ring for the last 30-40 seconds. And for me, I just think, even though Mitchell dominated the two-thirds of the round, the cleaner quality shots came from Moises, and I just given that round just by a whisker.
Round 9, Mitchell Smith into uncharted territory, fighting for his first title up to a 10-rounder, and having looked like he was in control of the fight. Just a reminder of how hard things can be.
Now for me, Moises needs to continue on the good work that he had in the end of the last round and jump on Mitchell again now. Push him back. He has success when he pushes him back. He's struggling, isn't he, from where he is now, letting Mitchell dictate the pace. That's better for Moises.
Just the little bit of encouragement that Scott Moises needed to stay in this fight he's been given. He's got that bump under the left eye. He's got a slight nick on the side of the right eye. There's a big right hand round the top of the head from Mitchell Smith.
Oh, lovely uppercuts here from Smith.
Well, we started with a keenly contested fight. It started to flow Mitchell Smith's way, and now we've got a fight again.
Jab.
Jab.
It's when Mitchell slows down, isn't it? Moises, you know, takes the opportunity to sort of get his punches off. And also when Mitchell stays close to the body, you got to spin off. He throws his punches, you got to spin off. He stays there too long, and that's when Moises is having success with that right uppercut.
A study of concentration, though, on the face of Mitchell Smith, in the eyes.
We were saying Moises is quiet. Mitchell was tired. Sorry, Mitchell has to be puffing a bit. He's had to work hard, hasn't he, the last few rounds?
Inside the final minute then of the penultimate round. Good response again from Scott Moises. Just a trickle of blood, and he's got Mitchell Smith on the ropes. Oh!
But the first left hook was on Moises, wasn't it? And then a good left hook back from Mitchell, but the power line landed with Moises in that little exchange.
Well, they landed at the same time. A good right to the body again from Mitchell Smith. And there's that smile from Moises. It's not in patches. It's not been far from his lips all fight. And that's another terrific round and a close one.
But he got a lot to smile about, because I gave him that round, I think. Again, I think, you know, the standout shots were from Scott Moises.
Got to keep on him. Yeah. Don't leave him. Don't leave him alone. Right? Keep on him.
Well, a couple of disputed
short
rounds. I think first and second were pretty close. Certainly the 8th and 9th he could perhaps dispute as well.
Moises going a little bit right hand happy, but having success, wasn't he, with some hooks to the body with the right hand, the uppercuts, and then the straight right hand over the top, and then doing what he did in a couple of rounds earlier, chasing Mitchell Smith around the ring. Mitchell trying to respond, but again, just a little bit lax in defence, and that low hand defence sometimes don't always pay off, and got caught with the right hand over the top again. And a good round for Scott Moises.
And a good test for Mitchell Smith as he comes out for the 10th and final round with the Southern Area title up for grabs. Crowd on their feet too.
Well, it's been a good fight, hasn't it? And I think Moises has been tremendously brave. You know, he looked tired, looked out of it at one stage, didn't he, and come back.
Well, it was the end of the 7th round where you just thought maybe Mitchell Smith might be able to force a stoppage. An element of carelessness, the heart of Moises, and suddenly it's been a bit of a scrap, the closing couple of rounds.
Well, we know how tough Moises is. He's come back from leukemia, the death of his father, and still kept his ambition to want to be a fighter, so he's as tough as they come, and he's proved it tonight. And Mitchell always really gets some energy into his work now, close the show in style. Just looking for the big shots, isn't he, rather than the combinations.
Inside the final couple of minutes then of the final round. Mitchell Smith probably comfortably ahead on the scorecards. Oh, big right hand from Smith as well, looking to end on a high.
And he's been looking for that right hand all night, hasn't he? Sitting low, looking to come over the top with that right hand, and it's landed.
That's right, he just sort of ducked in and then launched the right hand. Scott Moises trying to control things from the centre of the ring as we approach the final minute.
Mitchell, since he's come back with that left hook when he throws the 1-2, just don't give Moises opportunity to fire back.
I think it's only about the second time I can remember Marcus McDonald being involved at all.
Again, Smith a little bit wild, just looking to unload the heavy shot.
A bit scrappy up close.
Just go back to those 3-punch, 4-punch combinations, spinning around Moises. That's when he looked supersonic. That's going to look really good.
The crowd are on their feet. They've enjoyed this. Well, they might.
Moises landing with a good right hand of his own, fighting back.
And a stirring finish to what's been a really intriguing little scrap. And you sense, as well as being a first title, it being a real good learning fight for Mitchell Smith. And the embrace at the end of 10 hard-fought rounds. And a real test of both the start and end of the fight for Mitchell Smith. He had to dig deep, he had to find a way. Glimpses of that class that we know he has. And what a terrific response from Scott Moises.
But it's been great stuff, haven't it? I think Scott Moises again proving how tough he is, and technically quite good in stages. You know, I think he's better fight than what his record suggests. And this test for it's a good right hand there, isn't it? And a left hook to follow, and that was what stole the round again for Mitchell Smith in this last round. Crack him up. But look how tough Moises didn't even blink, did he? Takes a crushing right hand, didn't even blink. It's been a good fight and a good learning fight for Mitchell. This is going a long way to help him to become a champion of the future.
Yeah, and applause all round as we await the decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds of boxing, your referee scores the contest 96 points to 95. The winner, in the blue corner, and the new Southern Area Super Featherweight Champion from Harrow, Mitchell Smith.
Well, it's Mitchell Smith, but by only a point, can you believe? The referee giving full credit to the effort that Scott Moises put in, but it's a first title and a Southern Area title for young Mitchell Smith, perhaps the first of many.
You could well be right about that, Alex. Thanks to Alex and to Barry as well. So just one